Hi, this is AD at 3HM Studios. We are a small independent team of games developers for both retro and modern platforms. Today I'd like to share with you something a little bit different. We don't move a lot of product, at least not yet, not physical product. That might change when we move to big box production for some of the game titles we're working on. But right now we've been looking for a small accounts application just to handle basic things like invoices, purchase orders, stock control. And we looked at the options out there, and a lot of the commercial applications started around the £30 a month mark, and quite a lot of them, not all of them, lacked features we needed, such as purchase orders is quite a common one, the ability to record things that you buy from suppliers. Many of them did receipts and expenses, but not specifically purchase orders. And also some of the stock control elements just simply weren't available. And if we move to some of the mid-tier pricing levels for some of those commercial products, then there was a lot of features in there we just simply didn't need. So at the time we spent a little bit of time developing our own in-house application just to manage basic stock control and accounting. But that quickly got sidelined. As we dived into it, we realised there was a little bit more to it than we'd planned, and other primary projects were more demanding, so we left it for the time being. We've recently picked back up on that project and brought it up to date as to what is now a fully functioning little accounts application tool. We think it's really cool. We'd like to share it with you, so it will be available on our website. It's called Cratchit Count, and it's going to be a free download. There'll be a pay what you want link for donations. Obviously we'd really appreciate it if you wanted to donate £2 or £3 towards it. That really helps us in terms of ongoing games development, but also in terms of this application. It will let us put a little bit more time into it. Please let us have your comments in the YouTube video, and also email us if you wish with your feedback, and we'll collate your comments and try and form a list by commonality and build things that a lot of people want the same features into future updates and changes. Right now I'll just do a very quick run through so you can see the application. As I say, it was built for our needs, but hopefully you'll find it useful as well. So there's a quick disclaimer here: because it's not got features for making tax digital, it doesn't link in with live bank accounts. It's just kind of the next step beyond a spreadsheet, for example. So in we go. I can resize that window, and we can start by setting up the company. So I can go to configuration and create my company. I can create a contact name, telephone number, address, email and website. And if you're not VAT registered, you can set that to 0%, and then we can save the company profile. That is now configured at the top here, so we're ready to go. So if we go into stock control, we can create a product ID, which has to be unique. If it's not unique, it will give you a warning. And a title, my test product. Let's say we buy that in for £10. Now if people do want other currency symbols like dollars and anything else, please let us know and we can add that in. Let's put sell price at 25, and let's say we've got 8 of those in stock when we start. I'm going to save that product, and it adds it to our product database. It tells me I've got 8 in stock, none on back order. My gross profit is £15, and my percentage profit is 150% profit. So we can now dive into a sales order. So in the sales order we can enter a customer name, company name if it's relevant. Mostly it's not going to be here. An address. Just quickly populate these out with something. Notes, this is a note. And And let's say on a sales order we can either search by product ID or we can search by partial name of the product. Press tab and it finds the product from our database. Let's say we're going to sell 3 of these, 4 of these even. So I can add that product at a quantity of 4 to my sales order. Not going to charge any VAT on it. And I can save that as a draft order. Now I can edit that order, I can remove a line, I can add a line, and when we're ready to physically ship the order, or the customer's actually paid us, we can turn this into a sales invoice. So for example, if I select the order here from my orders list and go convert to invoice, I'll now find it's created an invoice from that sales order. And if I want to print the sales order or print the invoice, I can do. We can either save it as PDF or print it from here. I can update the invoice details, or I can delete the invoice and reverse stock. Now what that does is when we create not on a sales orders don't affect stock, and you can remove sales orders if they don't go ahead, but once you turn it into an invoice, it will affect stock. So we had 8 in stock, we've now got 4 because we've invoiced against it. Amount on back order 0. If I do want to order more into stock, I can raise a purchase order to my supplier. So I can enter my supplier details here. Contact name, Fred, address, fred@test.com, and I can make that bigger. So if you want to go full screen or scale the window. Notes. This is a note. Oops, just going to bring that back in because I'm not sure what I've got my screen capture cropped to at the moment. Product ID, I want to order some of those. I'm going to order 10 of these in stock because that might be my minimum order quantity. So we've got 10 ordered, we've got 0 received, and I've got my buy price there. I can print or save PDF of my purchase order to send to my supplier, or just keep as a record. I can delete it, or I can save it there. So I'm going to save it so it goes into my purchase orders list. When that actually arrives on the doorstep, I can come back in and find the purchase order. I can select the list of products on the purchase order, and I can book in the amount that I've received. Now I've ordered 10, it might be that I only received 7 in that box. So if I set that, it tells me I've ordered 10, I've received 7. And when I go to stock control, the amount I've received has been added to my in-stock, and the amount I've got a purchase order raised for but I've not received is shown as on back order. So I've got good visibility here of what I've got, what I'm waiting for. And when I look in purchase orders, it'll go between pending, partially received and fully received, so I can keep track of things. I've got a reporting engine built in here, so I can set my date range. Let's set that to the start of this month, July 1st to the 15th. I can run the report and it tells me a line for each of my orders, sales orders, and it tells me the total amount, the gross profit and the percentage profit, and then I get an average profit for all of my orders in that date period, along with the gross profit in pounds. Orders generally are like a pipeline, so they're what you have on the go at the moment. But if I look at invoices, which is what I physically shipped and actually billed or taken money for, leave the same date range, and then I can run an invoice report instead here, so I can see physically taken against kind of my pipeline or my orders list. If I jump back into configuration, you can see that I've got the option to export my stock list to a CSV, to a spreadsheet. That might be useful if you're migrating to a kind of a higher accounting package that's more formal, so you've grown or expanded or need something with a lot more functionality. Or if you want to export your stock sheet to a point of sale system or a handheld device or mobile app because you're taking stock to a show, for example, that's quite useful. And you can execute a full system backup, so that will save everything to a time and date stamped file, so you can keep doing that and it will stack them. The README file tells you where that's saved, so if you want to go in and move that to your cloud storage or a second hard drive, you can do. We can import and restore a full backup, which is quite useful as well, because if I want to run multiple companies, so if I've got two little companies, or I've got a company and the wife's got a company, I can start a new company on here. It will create a backup of the existing one, and not only will it time and date stamp it, it will append the company name to the save file. It will then reset the system, so I can start a totally new company profile. But at any point I want to, I can go back into configuration and use the import and restore option to bring my previous company back in and carry on where I left off. So essentially you've got multi-company support in here, and you can just bring them in and save them out as you need to. So that is Cratchit Count. I hope you like it. That will be available on the website. So please like and support, check out our Facebook. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye bye.